Hey there, listeners. This is Brad. I like doing these little introductions before the episodes. And the reason I'm doing one today is because this episode, the Xbox Console Retrospective, has been available to our Patreon members for a long time now. There might even be references that are outdated. It's been available to them for so long. Now, you're joining us today on the main feed. If you want access to these episodes early, you can check out patreon.com/hairofthedogcast. There is a whole bunch of exclusive raw dogs, Elden dogs, popcorn dogs, and our after show Doggies After Dark. If you're curious, we do have a free trial. We recommend checking it out. It doesn't cost you anything. Give it a try for a week, see what you think. And we have a great community, great Discord. We'd love to see you on there. If you can't do that, just writing a review would really help us out a lot too. If you're listening, that means we're doing something right. Or maybe you turned it off right now and I fucked it up because I've been talking too long. Either way, thanks for listening. Enjoy the show. What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to Raw Dogs. It's your boy, B-Rad. I haven't self-called my name B-Rad in a long time. I guess that's where I'm at today. I'm Brad.
I'm T-Sizzle.
Oh, God.
Never called myself that, ever. That was the first one. You know me. I'm here. And I'm not hungover.
Not hungover.
Look at that. That's a raw dog. If that was on your bingo card, that's a rare one right there.
Yeah. And we have a wonderful special guest returning to Raw Dogs. Once again, we are joined by Julian.
J-Bones.
J-Bones. I guess, names like J-Bones, T-Sizzle, and B-Rad do belong on Xbox gamer tags.
That's right.
Yeah, which is...
With the XX at the front and the XX at the back.
Yep. What, I can't use J-Bones? Just throw some X's.
Yeah.
Lowercase x, capital X, lowercase x, J-Bones.
And throw like a 420 or something in there.
69.
Me and all my homies back in the day for Halo 3 and Call of Duty, and when I had an Xbox, we all went to Beaver Dam High School, so all of our gamer tags were BD _ and then a name, and I was BD McLovin.
That's funny. At my school, everyone, it was, we went to Oak Creek, so it was OC, some stupid name, but then they finished it with Nips.
Nips.
So there was like, one of the guys was like OC Hershey Nips, OC Ginger Nips.
Sign me up.
It was all like that.
So we, your gamer tags, we're talking about the Xbox today. The gamer tags stick around for so long. And I was looking at my gamer tags. This was maybe about a year ago. And I said, who the fuck is Camel Toe Lover?
Nice.
And it was Tom.
But spelt correctly without any abbreviations or workarounds.
Camel with a K.
Because Xbox probably would have been like, no.
And it was Luver. It was very...
Yeah,
it was very 2001.
That's right.
Yes, today we're talking about the original Xbox console. There's no easy way to say we're talking about the Xbox. We're not talking about the Xbox One. We are, it's commonly called the OG Xbox.
Yep. That's
one of the ways they talk about it. Let's just start with some opening feelings and thoughts on the OG Xbox. Tyler.
The original OG Xbox is very weird.
The original gangster Xbox
is very weird and foreign to me because I had PlayStation stuff growing up, but my best friend had an Xbox.
Got it.
So he was the Xbox guy, I was the PlayStation guy, and it wasn't until the 360 that I really bought in.
Sure.
But I remember going over to his house to like play Halo or I forget the other game that we played a lot. It was not very popular, but the big fucking massive controller in my tiny little baby hands was hard.
Little childlike hands.
Yeah, it's hard to navigate. I missed the DualShock every time I went over to his house.
Well, there's a reason the Duke was so big.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
They call it the Duke?
It wasn't ever official. It wasn't
a gangster name though.
That is dope.
It wasn't ever officially called the Duke, but like one of the controller designers had a son named Duke, and he just started calling it the Duke, and it stuck.
That's kind of cool though.
We called it the BFC.
The big fucking controller.
Yeah, because it also that was back when you could buy monster BFCs. Remember those?
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
That's what they actually called them,
right? Oh yeah,
it said BFC.
Yeah,
it said
BFC on the can.
Yeah,
that sounds about right for that time frame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have a beer that from our trip.
That's right.
We recently went on. This is from Red Rock Brewery. This is one that I just bought in a liquor store. We didn't actually get to go there, but this is from Salt Lake City,
The
Utah.
design looks cool.
It
It looks holy.
It's appropriate for today because it's the Golden Halo. It is a blonde ale.
Nice.
Ooh, love me a
Yeah, this
blonde
looks
ale.
like the picture of like, you know, the candles with like Jesus on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what it looks like. You want to take a look?
I want to get a candle with Master Chief on it,
Oh, that's cool.
But in the style of Jesus.
but getting crucified.
Oh, jeez.
Is that too much? Oh,
As long as you don't get the Master Chief from the TV show version, and you
Oh,
actually
yeah,
get the
you don't
video
want that
game
one.
guy, I think you'll be all right.
so you mostly your experience with the Xbox was at a friend's house.
Yes. I did have a lot of fun playing Halo, though, because I couldn't do that at home. So Halo LAN parties were great.
Because they're rated M.
No, because I didn't have a
Because
Xbox.
just because you didn't have it. Got it.
This beer is fine. It's a blonde ale. I don't love it.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it's drinkable.
It's drinkable.
Yeah, very drinkable.
Beautiful. And Julian, I asked you a couple days ago if you wanted to come on this episode, and your response was very enthusiastic.
Yeah, I get super hyped. So I was telling Brad that I was like, "Were you listening to my conversation with my coworker a couple days ago? Because we were just talking about the original Xbox, and I have a lot of fond memories with it. Growing up, I think I was telling Brad I played most of the like prominent games growing up, like this one right here, Splinter Cell. This is the first one, right?
Yeah.
Chaos Theory as well. Just like every game title that I was going through, I absolutely played on the OG Xbox, and I was just so stoked about it. This thing is just filled with fond memories of gaming. You know, my friends and I, we would game all night, do like Halo little LAN parties and stuff. And when we did split screen, we actually burned the TV
This line.
Oh, wow.
into the split screen because we just played all fucking night.
Fuck yeah.
Like I just and my best friend's dad, when he came back from Afghanistan, he was like, "Yeah, all we did was mostly play Xbox," and he came back with a stack of games. So he was just like, "Dude, check out all these games." So we just like play with him all the time too. So yeah, a lot of fun memories.
Fuck yeah. I hated the Xbox when it came out. I had a PlayStation 2, and it was back then when like you either like Turtles or Power Rangers. You had
Yeah.
to like pick a side and
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And so I got the PS2, and then I was like, well, I don't know the GameCube though. It's got that Resident Evil coming. It looks really cool.
It's the first portable console.
Yeah.
Dude, it had a handle on it.
Yeah.
You need to put backpack straps on the Xbox.
Yeah.
So then I got a GameCube, and I'm like, there's no way I'll get an Xbox, so fucking PC dickheads. Bill Gates thinks he can buy his way in. He's like, come on. And then I think it was Cole Whitrock. A friend of ours brought his Xbox over, and we just played like some 4-player Halo, and then it was done. Like,
Yeah.
I was in.
Yeah, you had that little sweet taste. He was like,
And because, yeah, Halo was my first-person shooter.
Oh,
In
okay.
a very big way. I mean, I played a little bit of Doom.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a PC gamer, so I missed the boat on Quake. And
yeah, I didn't.
I
Get
didn't,
on
I
Quake
didn't,
either,
and I
really.
wasn't a 64 kid, so
Oh,
I didn't
sure.
play any GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, yeah,
And GoldenEye was definitely a big precursor.
super.
Yep. But the Xbox, it was LAN parties. That's why
Yeah.
I got an Xbox.
Yeah.
We were hauling our TVs
Everywhere.
everywhere. Oh, we're at Piazzas, we're at Pablo's, we're
Yep.
at my place, and just all over. TK's, if you're listening, you had great parties out at your place. Yeah, we just spread out. Casey Doll's house, lots of places, and fuck yeah, man, that was the shit. And then many other games.
Yeah.
Halo is what sticks out to me. But let's start with the birth of the Xbox, because it is actually like an important story, because it is the birth of a whole console series.
Yeah.
Microsoft had success publishing video games on the PC, such as Flight Simulator and Age of Empires, after the creation of DirectX. Now, DirectX is an application programming interface, or API, that allowed for direct access to the computer hardware and bypassing Windows. People didn't really like making games for Windows back then because it was kind of clunky, and DirectX was a way to make it a little more accessible to creators. It was late 1994, and Microsoft was ready to release Windows 95. Just weird saying those things out loud. Microsoft employee Alex St. John had been in discussions with some game developers asking if they would bring their MS-DOS games to 95, and they said, no way, dude.
No way, Jose.
Fuck that, man. They were fearful of compatibility and the lack of features for games on Windows 95. So Alex St. John recruited 2 more engineers, Craig Eisler and Eric Engstrom, to start a project that was codenamed the Manhattan Project.
That is ridiculous.
That is...
That is so fucking wild.
I'm sorry, guys. Did you pick up a book?
We're going to destroy Japan.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. This one's Project Hiroshima.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The idea was to replace Japanese developed game consoles with Microsoft PCs.
Okay. So it is fitting.
That's what they were going for.
Got it.
That makes it so much worse.
It makes it worse, though. I agree.
It was.
We're going to give them freedom.
At first, I thought it was like just a couple edgy dudes. Like, yeah, we're going to call it Manhattan Project. It's going to be pretty cool.
But they put X's before and after Manhattan Project. Originally wanted to use the radiation symbol, but Microsoft said you probably shouldn't.
Holy. So
They were it was the edgy
dinner
times. It was
times.
edgy times. You know?
the monster chugging Chad Xbox energy was in the room day one. They're planning the console, and they're already Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They just they're sweating Monster Energy already. You can just smell it in there. The senior VP of Microsoft Office products called these 3 the Beastie Boys.
There you go.
They were. I mean, they had a reputation as like, oh, they're the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
They're making the Manhattan Project over there. Weird. They created a set of APIs that all started with Direct. The team named it Game SDK, Software Development Kit, and the name DirectX came from a journalist that mocked the naming scheme of the libraries because everything had everything had like Direct this, Direct Audio. And they embraced DirectX like it's fucking cool, man. And that directly leads into Xbox.
Oh, sure.
To get more developers on board, Microsoft approached id Software's John Carmack and offered to port Doom and Doom 2 from Microsoft DOS to DirectX free of charge, with id retaining all publishing rights. Carmack agreed, and Microsoft's Gabe Newell led the porting project, so just some heavy hitters there.
Oh, yeah.
The game was released as Doom 95 in August 96, the first published DirectX game. Now, PlayStation at this time was just starting to talk some mad shit. PlayStation, wildly successful with the PS1, first disc-based, prominent, successful disc-based video game console. The company had entered with the Sony PlayStation, but the PS2 was announced March 2nd, 1999, and intended the system to act as a gateway for all types of home entertainment. They said in presentations, we have a vision where the console will replace desktop computers in your home.
I mean,
It's going to cook you dinner. It's going to do your laundry. It's going to wash your car. It's going to be great.
You ever heard of TV?
It doesn't have a screen, but you can plug it into one.
Sometime, maybe, eventually.
I think we should call it like something one because it's all in one.
But what if it's the third version? One.
No, even though it's the third iteration, we're still going to call it one.
Because it's the one.
And people will get it. It won't be confusing.
Someone just watched The Matrix and they're like, the one.
The what? Yeah.
We should do that.
The PS2 is that old?
It was announced March 2nd, 99.
Fuck.
And Gates decided Microsoft needed to venture into the console gaming market to compete with Sony. Previously, Sega had developed a version of Windows CE for its Dreamcast console to be used by game developers. And Gates had approached Sony CEO before the PS2 announcement about letting Microsoft develop programming software for the console, and Sony said, screw you nerds. Microsoft attempted to meet with Hiroshi Yamauchi and Genyo Takeda of Nintendo to potentially acquire the company, but Nintendo, they said, you clearly don't know who you're talking to. We have Mario in the other room just hanging out, and you think you're coming to us?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. But 4 engineers in 1998 started developing the console. From the DirectX team, the names of Kevin Backus, Seamus Blackley, Ted Hayes, and team leader Otto Burks. At this point, the project became named Midway, a reference to World War II,
Again.
in which Japan was decisively defeated by American forces.
They are not hiding.
Not playing.
The Nintendo Kamikaze. It's like, what are we doing?
Jesus,
what are we doing?
And I'm proud to unveil our newest console. This is brand new. It's called Fuck Japan.
Yeah. They might as well just come out and done
It's one word though.
A penis is so small. South Park reference.
Yeah.
The first dev meeting was March 30th, 1999, in which they discussed getting a PC to boot at a quicker pace. Console would run off Windows 2000 using DirectX 8.1, which would allow an easy transition for PC developers and granted a larger processing power than most other home consoles. Disagreements, though, were building from the ground up about repurposing PC hardware, such as hard disk drives, or starting from scratch. Ed Fries, the head of Microsoft's gaming division, believed the hard drive would give the console a technical edge despite the high manufacturing cost. May 5th, 1999, both arguments were pitched to Gates in a meeting of over 20 people. One team said ground up new graphics chips. Fries said the PC hard drive allowed the direct implementation of online access, which Gates agreed with. So originally they thought they would use a third-party computer manufacturer to mass produce the units. Early work, however, showed that this needed to be produced by Microsoft themselves, making this a far more costly operation. And the project became kind of known around the water coolers as the coffin box because they thought it would end careers.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, it would not be able to provide direct Windows interface. February 14th, 2000, the Valentine's Day massacre happens. Bill Gates was furious. I'm really mad. I can jump over a chair. I can't do a Gates impression. But
I truthfully don't know what his voice sounds like.
I was about to
Pretty
say,
sure.
I don't know if I've ever heard it.
he's the quintessential nerd. Like, if you look up the dictionary...
I mean, he did, like, invent, like, modern
personal
Internet?
computers.
Yeah. He is the quintessential
Yeah,
nerd.
that's pretty. I mean, I'm thankful for the guy, but that's nerdy as hell, man.
Yeah.
But when he comes out wearing a leather jacket with an X on it, he just looks like he's drowning in it.
Yeah, right?
You're
not
rich as fuck. Get a tailor.
There's not a jacket big or small enough to fit Bill Gates.
Money won't fix style, that's for sure.
That's true. Yeah.
And it doesn't need to because you got money.
That's correct.
Gates was furious about the cost proposal and massive changes from what was previously represented. Windows seemed marginalized. He wanted it to be like the Windows machine. He wanted to push that brand. Ethernet connectivity, rather than simple dial-up networking, he was pretty upset about that. Like, why do we need an Ethernet cable? We can just do dial-up for this. Could you imagine how bad that would have been?
Dude.
Trying to play Halo on dial-up.
Nightmare.
And then your mom calls your aunt and fucks it all up.
You're sitting there with, like, you have a full Warthog team. Someone's got the flag, and
Like,
you're
"Let's go,
flying.
boys."
And then you're the driver, and then all of a sudden... Mom,
Get off the phone!
you ruined my life, Mom. I will see you at breakfast. It was argued that this Ethernet would help friends be able to play together after they graduated and move across the country.
That's kind of where like my mind was blown with the Xbox because it's the first time that I ever saw anybody play with people that weren't sitting in the room.
Yeah.
And my little like, how old was I at the time? Like 11 or 12-year-old brain just couldn't comprehend it.
Yeah.
And I kept asking my friend if he knew who they were. And he, no, I don't know. They're just online. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Apparently,
online?
he's fucked my mom.
It's crazy.
I think my dad's playing with us.
It was essentially that meme of like the blonde woman trying to do math.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
older woman where she's just all looking confused with
Yeah.
equations
with all the
everywhere.
Calculus and stuff.
Yeah. Gates and Ballmer, however, gave it the go-ahead to compete with Sony. At this point, it was like, we have to do something big to compete with Sony. Among the names considered were a number of acronyms,
Oh, boy. Here we go.
including MTG, Microsoft Total Gaming,
Okay.
Magic the Gathering. Boom.
Yeah, right?
Mind, Microsoft Interactive Network Device.
Mine
Just
is
rolls
bad.
off the tongue, right? Join us on the Microsoft Mind.
Yeah.
Do you mind? Their slogan.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
That's actually not a bad one.
That's not
That
bad
shit,
now.
that was pretty quick.
The WEP, not
what?
the wet ass pussy, the Windows Entertainment Project.
Ooh.
That's so dumb.
Lame. Direct Xbox.
Okay.
Direct Xbox.
And someone was like, guys, come on with the fucking direct, okay? We get it.
We're not FedEx here. What are we talking direct?
Get it direct.
Make it cool. Get rid of the
Yeah,
direct.
direct Xbox sounds like, it would be like a parcel service.
Yeah, can we call it like Hiroshima or something?
Well, that's what I was thinking. It was going to be another thing with like,
Nagasaki.
how do we say fuck Japan a third way?
And our brand new Xbox, I mean the Oppenheimer machine.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Microsoft Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Not bad.
I mean,
Sounds kind of cool.
just do the project name.
Yeah, right?
Direct Xbox was quickly shortened to Xbox through emails and was favored by the development team. Some variants considered lowercase x, capital B, O, X,
So close.
capital X, lowercase B, O, capital X.
I'm telling you, it was the hot thing.
They were thinking about it.
Yeah.
They were almost there.
There's something about the pre-MySpace era where X's in front of names just was in the collective conscience.
And it has to be something about how it makes the name look.
Yeah.
Right? Like visually, it gives it kind of like that pyramid look, you know?
flare.
It has to be, right?
Oh,
because
yeah.
like so many people did that.
Because I put 3 X's and I put an uppercase one in the middle. So it was
Yeah.
like, I had like a little base.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
Like it was-
and it makes it look a little different. Yeah.
And it must partially because someone else would have like the name you wanted.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people just wanted it anyways.
Yep.
And then X dash lowercase box were all considered. Microsoft's marketing department did not like the name and suggested something else like 11X.
Microsoft has the most confusing naming structure ever.
Well, I will say from a software development standpoint, one of the hardest things in general is just naming things.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like you're working on a function and you're like, what should I name it? And then you have like a 12-word thing that's like
World War II battles.
Battle of the Bulge.
That'd be for like your NC-17 game you're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's called Camel Toe.
You know, it's interesting that you brought up the fact that it was Sony. You said that they wanted to replace the desktop computer.
They were, their presentations are like, we're replacing a computer in homes.
If you think about it, and I don't think it's a direct product of Sony itself, but overall, I mean, you don't have a desktop computer. You probably have a laptop, but you don't have a desktop
I
computer.
do.
You have a desktop computer?
Well, I have an iMac, so it's just like all in the thing.
Oh, sure. Because I know a lot of people that don't have desktops.
Laptops are all people need for, 90% of what
Yeah.
people do on their computers.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to do video or audio editing or Photoshop, I wouldn't need to have a computer.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like most people don't. And I know people that just have consoles.
I know several people who don't have a computer, period.
Yeah, exactly.
Where like, because like now Spotify, if you want to buy premium, you have to do it on the web.
Oh,
And yeah, you can do
sure.
it on the web browser of your phone. But I was
That
talking.
seems like a miss.
Yeah,
Just
it's
do it on the
stupid.
app.
Yeah, you're missing out on money.
Anything that requires more than like a double click on my phone to
Yeah.
like install and pay for stuff,
Yeah.
you're making it
Well, and
more
that's another
difficult.
thing, right? Like most people's computers is just right here. It's just
Yeah,
your
it's true.
phone.
But at the time, every family had a computer.
Yep.
And they were like,
true.
we're
Yeah.
going to take the computer and put it in your living room.
That's right.
And replace it. And yeah, I mean, when you are the monopoly, when you're Microsoft and you're up there,
That's a direct attack towards Windows, is what that is. That's
Yeah.
like, I'm coming for you.
the PlayStation
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but they suggested 11X. So they did a focus test to prove that 11X is going to be better than Xbox. And they got fucking
I love
smacked
that. I
so
love
hard.
That. Nothing
11X.
better than seeing like a bunch of like smug corporate dudes. They're like, this is going to fucking work. And then they do it and they're like, wow, never mind.
Yeah, because you just got like one honest dude in there who's like, why the fuck are you calling it that? That's stupid. I don't know why you got to put the 11 in there. It's the first fucking one.
Have you thought about Xbox? And they're like, fuck.
This guy's a fucking genius. Get him on the payroll.
Yeah.
That was actually, that guy was Spike, the guy who made Gears of War. I forget his last name. but that was-
Cliffy Blazinski?
Oh, it was Cliff, not Spike. I knew it was a rad name.
Cliffy B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's an Xbox name.
That's
Yeah.
right.
My name is Mr. Brzezinski, but you can call me Cliffy B. Anyone want to get some monsters after work?
Yeah, right.
Announcements. Gates first publicly mentioned the Xbox in an interview in 1999. He said he wanted this system to be the platform of choice for the best and most creative game developers in the world. That's just some fucking whatever talk. That's what everyone wants, right?
Yeah. I do think that they allowed for, well, I don't know, maybe allowed, but they did create Xboxes that were for developers, right? So then like people could mod them. There were some of them, and I think there was actually like a little scandal where it was like a bunch of like high school nerds. They accidentally came upon a developer Xbox, and then they were actually able to like get some unreleased games because they were able to like hack through the system.
Yep, that
Wouldn't surprise
happened.
me.
This happened like recently
Yeah.
too. Like they found a missing Fast and the Furious Xbox game for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like some of those NBA game Xboxes or PlayStations that they would make for like NBA players that were like one of a kind.
Oh yeah.
One of those got hacked or something or stolen. I don't know. Happens though. Still happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, Tyler, playing Xbox can be pretty intense. When you're knee-deep in an 8v8 big team battle, you need all the help you can get.
Yeah, you got to keep your wits about you.
You need to stay sharp that whole battle.
You need endurance. You cannot afford a lack of focus.
And Magic Mind is something that does that. Now, we are on week 12, and my life has changed for the better in such a big way. I get through every day with so much more focus, and not only do I finish my day of work strong, I come home and I just have energy to do my real job, and that's figuring out what Mesmer's up to in the Shadowkeep.
I think I have been hungover now for like 5 straight days. And if it wasn't for Magic Mind, I don't know. I don't think this is energy that coffee could get me to. And you can only drink so many Monster Energy drinks before your heart wants to explode.
It's true. Energy drinks are horrible for you. Magic Mind, all natural, active ingredients, boost your body's energy engine. No crash. This is good, natural stuff. Tastes good. It's going to help you get through the day.
And when you give your body good stuff, it makes you feel better because you're taking care of yourself.
Yep. Time release caffeine. Caffeine doesn't actually give you energy. It just blocks the adenosine neuroreceptors in your brain. And those are the receptors that tell you you're tired. Now, when the receptors unblock about 1 to 3 hours later, after that coffee wears off, you'll experience a sudden drop in energy called the caffeine crash. Magic Mind doesn't let that happen. It keeps you going, it keeps you flowing, and it keeps your energy and your focus at an all-time high. Now, we're very happy to say we have a limited time offer you can use right now that gets you up to 48% off your first subscription or 20% off of one-time purchases with the discount code HDOGCAST20 at checkout. Now, you can go and claim it at magicmind.com/HDOGCAST. And that code, one more time, HDOGCAST20. Give it a try. Get one if you like, or what we have is a subscription, and we're loving that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to say it's going to turn you into Bradley Cooper from Limitless, but if that's what you're striving to achieve, it's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction. March 10th, 2000, in a keynote presentation at GDC, Game Developers Conference in San Jose, Gates showed off an early prototype build of a system and a series of demos showcasing its hardware. This is not The Rock yet. Okay. Seamus Blackley came out to show demos. He gave Gates a black leather jacket with a green X on it and a prototype of the X standing up. It was you've seen the picture, I'm sure, of just the X, the original like prototype console.
Yeah.
I have not.
Okay. Well, we'll do a quick Google for this real quick.
That was the prototype?
That's the one that they showed off. Just like a giant X, which is actually not terribly far off from the way this X wound up looking. But the thought of that sitting anywhere is...
You put some glass on top of that, that's Vin Diesel's coffee table. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that picture.
Yeah. But also...
Kind of cool.
You know, the more I look at it, the more I kind of wish they had done it.
Kind of cool.
Welcome to the Xbox.
Yeah.
It's only 600 pounds.
Yeah.
Made of solid stainless steel.
Yeah. So the hard drive and the Ethernet port were both very well received. Easy to use development tools appealed to people as well. So they were started to acquire content for the system. the Dreamcast, early 2000, the sales were diminishing, in part due to EA's decision to completely bypass the console. The company succeeded in convincing developers at Bethesda and Tecmo to come to Xbox, lining up Morrowind and Dead or Alive 3 as Xbox exclusives. Microsoft also looked to acquire EA, Nintendo, Square Enix, and Midway, but failed all of them. And they rebranded its game division from Games Group to Microsoft Games Divisions to make titles for both PC and Xbox. But they did acquire the most important studio that would define and create, I think, make it a success. I don't think the Xbox would have been nearly as successful without the acquiring of Bungie.
Bungie, yeah.
So in 1999, Bungie announced Halo would be a third-person shooter coming out for Mac.
Oh.
For Mac?
Did you guys know that?
No.
No.
Steve Jobs gave a presentation about it. He's like, and now I want to show a little game called Halo. And it was third person. You could see the bones. You could see where it was going. But,
Oh, sure.
it was unveiled at Macworld Expo 1999 by Steve Jobs. June 19th, 2000, on the 9th anniversary of Bungie, Microsoft announced that it acquired Bungie and it would become part of its game division.
Steve Jobs had to be pissed.
999. It was a $30 million purchase.
Seems cheap now.
Knowing
right?
what they would become.
Yeah.
Incredibly cheap.
What
Yeah,
had
yeah.
Bungie done before this?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yes,
Really?
they did. Marathon, Oni, they'd done a few games.
I'm not saying nothing, but I mean
Not Halo.
No. Nothing that put him on the map, I guess. Like Halo. Also, real quick, sidebar, I'm looking at this receipt, which is kind of hilarious.
Oh, that's the receipt for
That's the receipt.
from Splinter Cell?
For Splinter Cell.
Okay, that wasn't my receipt, I don't think. It might be.
From 08. Okay, I
Is it
love
from,
this.
From a thrift store or something?
It's from Movie Gallery.
Okay.
Okay, so hilarious. This is
Wow,
a relic.
This is a relic.
Yeah, it's June 13th of 08. And there was buy 2 games, get 1 free. So you got Soul Calibur 2, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, which is the actual game, the game box I'm looking at. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship.
This was me.
That was a good
And,
game.
I mean, this is my favorite part. A Coke Classic.
Coke Classic.
Literally has the 20-ouncer on there, dude.
20-ounce Coke Classic.
I was thirsty, man. How much was a Coke back then?
$1.39.
Yeah.
Cheap back then.
Right?
You got excited at Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, and I want you to know you're wrong. This is not the one you're thinking of. This is the one based on the book license. This is not based on the movies.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
I've never played that one.
And that's fine. But
Because Lord of the Rings, the game was so badass.
Yeah.
Apparently not that one. But
I have the Third Age, that RPG that they did too, and that one's okay.
What's like the quintessential one? It was just Lord of the Rings, right?
Two Towers.
Towers.
Two Towers, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like the one where it's like you're playing as Gandalf and
Yep.
or Return. Well, they did the trilogy, right? Then they do.
Fellowship
Yeah.
of the Ring 1, I don't remember anyone.
I think this was the only one, and then they got the movie rights for Two Towers, and
Return
then
of the
Return of the King.
Return.
Return of the King was gangs.
They were
Yeah,
both
'cause
just balling.
it was
when you were
so
playing
sick.
as Frodo, like I was like, this is fucking.
Or like you're
crazy.
rolling up as Gandalf to Helm's
Yeah.
Deep, and it's just like, you're absolutely just wrecking everyone.
Love
Oh,
it.
dude, that thing was so sick.
Jason Jones on the Microsoft acquisition says, I don't remember the details exactly. It was all kind of a blur. We'd been talking to people for a while. Before we published Marathon, Activision had made a serious offer, so Activision was already trying to get in their pants for a while there. The chance to work on Xbox, the chance to work with a company that took games seriously, this is very much some corporate speak stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Marty O'Donnell, who of course was pushed out of Bungie because he spoke up against Activision during the Destiny stuff, he can kind of say whatever he wants a little bit because he's also won some lawsuits against Bungie. He says he joined Bungie 10 days before the merger was announced, and it was shortly before Myth 2's released. It was discovered versions of that game could erase a player's hard drive. Pretty bad PC game if it erases your hard drive.
Yeah, because on a family computer, that's more than just.
feature.
It's not a bug; it's a feature.
And if you don't beat the game, you lose your computer.
The stakes have never been higher.
There's incentive.
That glitch led to a massive recall of the game right before they shipped, costing Bungie nearly $1 million. O'Donnell in a podcast stated This definitely created a whole bunch of financial uncertainty. Although accepting the offer probably wasn't do or die, they were definitely hurting pretty bad and they needed something.
Yeah,
So
it was a lifeline.
thank God someone fucked that up. Otherwise
Yeah.
we might not have gotten the Halo we know and love.
That's right.
January 3rd, 2001, Xbox was officially unveiled to the public by Bill Gates and The Rock at CES 2001 in Vegas.
Dwayne?
I have seen this.
Dwayne?
Dwayne The Rock
Dwayne?
Johnson.
That's fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah, I might want
He's
to
got
get
like
back to
no
that.
fucking clue what's going on.
Well, thanks, Rock. And it really is an honor to have you here. Believe it or not,
Thanks, Rock.
I'm a big fan of yours. For instance, I know that you're a 5-time WWF champion, not to mention one of the top entertainers in the world.
Bill, I'm very flattered. I'm a big fan of yours as well. For instance, The Rock knows you're the chairman and chief software architect of the Microsoft Corporation, a leading worldwide provider of software for the personal computer.
Read that teleprompter.
Jesus, dude.
Thank you, Rock. I'm very proud of myself.
It's so scripted, dude.
By creating Windows in 1983, a multitasking graphical user interface environment that runs on MS-DOS-based computers along
no
with
fucking
Windows
clue what he's
NT
talking
No,
and
and he's
Windows
wearing shades and
2000.
he's just coked out of his
Completely
mind right now.
self-contained operating systems that feature networking,
There's just one line we got to get
symmetric
to.
multi-processing, multi-threading, and security. Bill, you've certainly revolutionized the technology we know today.
Wow.
I wrote that for
That
you.
is impressive. But let's move
Oh,
on.
whoa, whoa, whoa. You also like golf.
That's true, I do. But today isn't about me, Rock. It's about the future of video games.
Bill Gates, you never cease to amaze the Rock. Never cease to amaze the Rock. You're right again. Today isn't about you. It's about the new Xbox. And quite frankly, I couldn't be more excited. The Xbox is everything the Rock is. Cutting edge, powerful, exhilarating, and like the Rock, it will be the most electrifying thing coming out this year. And what The Rock is to sports entertainment, to the WWF, the Xbox will be to the video game industry a breakthrough and certainly an original. I mean, The Rock doesn't impress easily, Bill, you know that, but I'm pretty damn impressed with what we're seeing here today. And considering that this Xbox at this moment is only running on 1/5 of the system's power, it's very impressive. Bill, do you have any idea what The Rock would be like if he were only running on 1/5 of his power?
Well, I would think that...
It doesn't matter what you think, Bill. I'm sorry, Bill. It's just a force of habit. Rock
Referred to
apologizes.
himself as The Rock in third person a lot more back in the day.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
That was the whole shtick.
Do you saw what The Rock is cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just very excited to see The Rock talking with Bill Gates about his history. I mean, Bill Gates wrote, and then Bill was great at everything, and he did this. Just read that. Rock.
And then they hug.
Thanks, Rock.
I shouldn't say that I'm impressed, but I am impressed at how many of the actual books you still have from all your games.
Where would they go?
Well, it actually adds a lot of value to your games. Yeah, I'm sure you know that.
Who would throw away a book?
I mean, I wouldn't, but I'm saying
You're looking at the box for the Xbox here,
true,
which still has all of the packing materials inside of there.
I'm the
as well.
same way. I keep all this stuff.
I have siblings younger than that box.
yeah, probably.
That are now in like popular rock bands.
Close.
They're not popular?
No, Justin was born in 97.
Oh,
It
okay.
was close.
I thought you were talking shit like, oh, they're not popular.
No, they're kind of a big deal.
Yeah. The day before E3 2001, this is kind of cool. Robbie Bach, one of the Fab Four, at rehearsals, he learned that they forgot to produce the show. They had no presentation lined up for E3.
Oh,
How does that happen?
They're so busy
and
getting.
E3 was what, June, right? Summer, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be around July.
Okay.
After many hours and multiple outlines, he went back to the hotel at 2 a.m. and began to write the speech. Next day, still chaotic. The console wouldn't turn on at their presentation.
Oh, that's gotta feel bad.
It's like Tesla having the fucking truck hit with a hammer. Like, it won't even break, and then it
And
just
then it shatters.
there's no saving this moment.
Nope.
July 21st, 2001 at E3, the Xbox was announced it will launch in North America on November 8th, 2001, with a retail price of $299 and 15 to 20 launch titles. We're almost through some of the history, guys. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, I love it. I'm here for it.
Between 600,000 and 800,000 units would be available at launch, with 1.5 million units available in the holidays. Japan would release in the fall. Online plans were discussed. They were going to be easy, fast, secure.
So did the Xbox release 2001?
Yeah. November 8th.
Ooh, tough times.
Yeah.
That's a tough time for a release.
Well, we're 3 weeks out, guys.
Yeah.
Can we do it in New York?
Yeah.
Which, let's call it Project 9/11.
Yeah. It'll be reparations.
Yeah. Imagine if they found out Sony had Project 9/11.
Oh,
we are
dude.
so offended.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you
Are
kidding
you
me?
serious? We heard your last 3 names.
This is offensive. Yeah. You wanted to buy anything extra for online, it would all be in the box.
Oh, can you imagine?
Especially back then, trying to explain to your parents what you wanted the money for.
Yeah.
Like, I want to play
dude.
with strangers.
Yeah, I just want to play with randos.
I want people I want their voices in my bedroom.
Yeah.
My mom would have been like, no, hell no.
No.
You need Jesus.
Yeah.
We're going to church.
This one's called Halo.
Yeah. It's holy. Hear the orchestra.
It's beautiful.
Bach explained for basketball games, you won't be just playing offense or defense online. You'll play as individual players, even the ref. Could you imagine if they let somebody ref basketball games
my
online?
God, I'd be fucking teeing up everybody just constantly.
You could even do like special moves like WWE games. Like you have like a special like throw them out.
That actually
You're
sounds
outta
kind of
here.
fun, actually.
Yeah.
FIFA does like the pro clubs now.
Yeah.
Where it's like you get to play as just one player.
Yeah.
So you play with like, we actually got like 7 of my friends to play together all on one team.
That's crazy.
It's fucking chaos. But how hilarious would it be if
God.
then you add one guy to be the ref?
It's much like real sports now. There's just one guy making his own decisions.
Yeah.
Totally fucking
Just
everything.
random yellow cards or random flags, and you're just like, what the fuck?
And it says the Chiefs are supposed to win tonight. Okay. Got that.
Cut to Taylor Swift and penalty.
Yep. Episodic content already being hinted at, and the voice communication, the Xbox communicator peripheral, was discussed, which would allow gamers to communicate while playing. This is not about text. It's not about email, just about voice.
That's right.
Presentation was software focused. We're not going to focus on just the kid titles like Nintendo does. It's like, guys, you can't just talk shit about Mario.
Yeah.
People like that guy.
And it sells.
Yeah.
A lot.
We're going to have boobs and cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, from day one, they came out with the big Xbox energy.
Yeah.
At least we know that Xbox is true to itself.
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
but then remember, Reggie, it was 2004. 2004. What's that E3 DVD right behind you there? The E3 Access?
This one?
Yeah. That's a 4 DVD set of all the presentations from E3. Is that 2004?
And Reggie's right on there. This is 2004.
Because that was when Nintendo was fighting back with their own Xbox energy.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a whole feature on just the booth babes on the bonus disc. That's a really cool thing that has the full presentation.
That's actually sick.
Damn.
But yeah, Reggie came out.
I just love gamer bait, dude. You know, when you put like just a couple ladies on there and just like the little nerds are just like,
We're here with Laura Croft.
Yeah.
What's your favorite video game? Hi, I'm Laura Croft. We love PlayStation. Yeah. Yeah, they were talking shit. Reggie in 2004 came out. I remember it was like them trying to be badass. And he says, here at Nintendo, we're about 2 things. Kicking ass and, playing games and taking names.
Hell yeah.
I think he said kicking ass or something. He was like, and I'm all out of ass. Or
Some Duke Nukem reference.
paraphrasing there, baby. Peter Moore was then Sega president, discussed how Dreamcast had pioneered online gaming and was bringing it to the Xbox, bringing all of the Dreamcast sports games to the Xbox. And on whether online play is a critical part of the industry moving forward, he said, you bet your ass. He was right.
I mean, yeah. It's what the people want.
They also announced an Xbox exclusive console development agreement with Steven Spielberg and Warner. The first product will be based on the upcoming film AI, and that definitely never happened.
Yeah.
Spielberg, I think, has talked a lot about getting into video games, and the only thing I remember him making was that one, like, you throw blocks on the Wii, like little wood blocks at something.
He's responsible for Call of Duty.
Is he?
Well, Medal of Honor that transitioned into the studio that would eventually develop the Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
But Medal of Honor was...
Oh, dude, I miss the old Medal of Honors were, at least at that time, on par with Call of Duty. Like, that was the main Call of Duty competition.
Oh, yeah. I remember the Rising Sun one where you start on the submarine.
Yep.
That shit was crazy.
Rising Sun, Big Red 1. No, that was Call of Duty. Medal of Honor.
Airborne or something
Airborne,
like that?
yep.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were really... I think I played that one before I played Call of Duty.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the hardware. Here, I'm going to let you read the hardware section, Julian. You know what these words mean.
Okay, so hardware. The power of PC. Okay, yeah. So basically, just gives you the specs for the processor. So 733 megahertz Intel processor. So you got to think that now we're pulling in like, I don't know, like gigahertz almost. So like our processing speed is like way higher. 64 megabytes of RAM. So you got to think that now we're rocking
Like 6 to 8 is pretty standard on most laptops. I would
on most
imagine.
laptops, yeah, and then like gaming computers, you get like 16 gigabytes,
Yeah.
right, of RAM. Custom NVIDIA graphics boards, which they still do custom NVIDIA graphics boards nowadays. Power and eject button up front, 4 controller ports, 1 Ethernet port, up to 1080i. We don't even do 1080i anymore.
And I don't think we can skip over the importance of the 4 controller ports.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, just the 2 buttons on the front, eject and power. Simple.
Yep. Up to 1080i. Launched with a standard AV cable, which provides composite video and stereo audio. And then, so the European Xboxes also included an RCA jack to SCART converter block and the standard AV cable. If you guys have never been abroad, and if you have, you know that their power sources are different, right? So they have to give you different.
Just married with Ashton Kutcher. He tries to plug a dildo into the wall.
Yep.
Starts a fire.
Yep.
You always bring things back to plugging in dildos somehow.
You know, I've lived a wild and crazy life.
Well, and also, PAL was just like, it was very odd for them in the video game world for a long time because their TVs were had different frames per second.
Yep.
So that fucked
Really?
everything up.
It's actually cool also to see that they had so that here it lists AV outputs, composite S video component, which is going to be like the 3 little colors. Remember those?
Yep.
But then it also had HDMI. Pretty neat, especially
That's
back in
early
the day.
for
It's
HDMI.
very
Yeah.
early for HDMI.
I don't know if it had HDMI. Component could do the HDMI quality.
That's right.
But
Especially at 1080i.
now they do. Now they have HDMI
Yeah.
available for this.
Oh, okay.
But it was able to do up to 1080i, which
Yep. At that time, it was pretty awesome, though.
and the GameCube can do 1080i as well
Yes.
on very few games.
That's right.
Because nobody had to get component cables that were from Nintendo were forget the licensed ones, they're over like $100 now.
Yeah, absolutely. Also had digital optical Toslink and stereo RCA analog audio. Discs, dual layered DVD discs up to 8.5 BG. I actually don't know what BG means. Maybe meant gigabytes, maybe GB,
Maybe.
Could
Make a lot of outlines.
Yeah. It was the first console to have a built-in hard drive with 8 or 10 gigabytes. Can you fucking imagine?
8 gigs.
But
gigs.
that had everything you needed
Yeah.
until Halo multiplayer map pack started
That's
coming
right.
out.
Yeah.
Until DLC started happening, that was all you needed to save. I mean, what are you saving otherwise? Games, and you're probably saving your burnt CDs to listen to.
That's right. That's right. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
And that shit was lit.
It was lit.
Oh, man.
They had the overlay that you could actually play your own music in game.
which you can do now.
Yeah, I do it a lot with Spotify on my PS5.
Well, I mean, now of course,
It's not.
It's 2023, Brad.
But it's not. I mean, but back then, like you could play Grand Theft Auto on the Xbox and listen to your own songs through the radio. There was a whole station just dedicated to your own music.
That I didn't know you could do back then.
Yep, yeah, there's a whole station. You didn't have to choose your songs, but you could just shuffled through your music, which is pretty sick.
Yeah. DVD player with required remote control. That's right.
Dumbass shit.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we It can play DVDs, but asterisk.
Yeah.
Just a second. You have to buy a $30 remote for some fucking reason.
Yeah. And that thing was, I had one.
And
It was fucking long.
huge.
It was huge.
It's something about controllers and remotes for Xbox. They're like, make it bigger. Bigger.
we want it better.
And I think it was somewhat phallic, if I remember. Maybe that's just my own.
It was kind of big.
Yeah.
The remote was manufactured for the DVDs by Thomson, who also manufactured the optical drives. I imagine there was an agreement.
Yeah.
I imagine. 256 simultaneous voice channels, which is a lot of all different audio channels just happening at once. That was a lot. It is the first gaming system to feature Dolby interactive content encoding technology, which also allows real-time Dolby Digital. That's a lot of words to say. This does 5.1 sound in-game.
Type.
Now, the PS2 could do it for cutscenes, but not for gameplay. But if you're playing Halo on this, grenades go off behind you if they're behind you. And that's just immersion that you take for granted these days. I play everything on my surround sound system.
Oh, sure.
And it's baller.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for shooters or anything with like immersion, like Star Wars, if you're playing like a Rogue Squadron or something like that, you need it.
Yeah.
And well, even without it, recently I think I told you I was playing Dredge.
Yeah.
And usually, especially like single player games, I'll like something in the background, like a YouTube video or like music or something. But with like Dredge, I would just have my headphones on. And just with the music and everything, I was just so enthralled. And then like you hear like the trolling of like the motor. Then I was just like, oh, it's so nice. But yeah, as you turn and everything, like, and then you have it like in your headphones, and it's so captivating, right? It really drives you. So they were definitely like ahead of the curve, I think, with thinking about that immersion, right, and how it makes a player feel.
And I'm sure that was like people were rocking that on the PCs and their dope ass systems for a while. And it's just always like takes an extra second to get home console gamers caught up to the cool level of PC gaming.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like you think about everything for like our cars. Most of that stuff gets prototyped up. Like a lot of stuff starts like Formula One, right? Because those are basically like insane prototype cars, and then they start to just kind of trickle down to like consumer level.
Yeah.
So kind of the same way, I think.
And then it's Toyota Corollas in the 90s, but eventually they caught up.
Yeah.
Eventually they got there. Flextronic helped revise the design of the Xbox close to mass production, and they created a factory in Guadalajara for this purpose. Early production units had a failure rate of about 25%, which they would repair. Later iterations of the hardware design worked to eliminate these failures. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. It is XXX B-Rad Jizzle with a J. XXX. Let's talk about the Duke.
The Duke.
Now, when the physical design of this controller began, I don't unfortunately have a Duke. I wish I did. The circuit boards had already been manufactured for the controller. Microsoft asked their supplier, Sony supplier, if they could do a similar design to the board that Sony had used in the DualShock 2, and they said no. No. So they were stuck with the circuit boards of a certain shape, and that's why the Duke is so big. They had to just work with what they had.
Yeah.
And then they just like, no, we meant it to be this big.
It was for sure a design. It's a feature.
Yeah. Makes your hands look small.
Yeah.
Size matters.
Yeah.
This led to the controller being bulky and nearly 3 times the size of Sony's controller, nicknamed the Fatty, and later the Duke. Utilized analog circuit, 8-bit wide on the face buttons, allowing games to detect half presses, which every controller has so many different versions of that now. But
well, it was crazy because I could only half press the fucking buttons anyway because my fingers weren't that goddamn long.
Just trying to reach.
I'm trying to shoot them. I'm sorry.
And get the official Microsoft thumb extender to reach all the buttons.
Oh my god.
Not big enough? We can help you.
Yeah.
Show the lady how big you are.
Yeah.
Xbox. A pretty standard button layout with the addition of black and white buttons. The black and white buttons were up higher on the Duke.
They were, on the top side.
Yep. Why? We have a black and a white button.
Yeah. And I actually don't remember the purpose.
Lights in Halo could turn your flashlight on and off, which you used in story mode sometimes.
Yeah,
and I think black was change grenades or throw grenade.
Yeah.
In the original one.
Yeah, not
because
surprised
the
they got
original
it scrapped.
Xbox only had left trigger and right trigger, not L1, R1,
That's right.
R2, L2.
That's right.
Yeah, no
you're right.
bumpers.
Yeah,
No bumpers yet.
forgot about that.
The initial controller design never launched in Japan. Our hands are so small. Is that an okay accent to do?
I think it's all fair game.
It's all a South Park reference. That clears me out in a court, right?
Yeah.
I was referencing a show.
You have Your Honor.
Then, I like to submit South Park Okama Game Sphere episode.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is worse.
Yeah.
See?
We were talking about Project Hiroshima. Safety features, such as the breakaway cable, which you never saw in any other thing.
It's not a safety feature. It is the first piece of the controller that broke on all of my friends' controllers.
For real.
And honestly, this is the only console you're not going to pull off with a controller.
Yeah, it's so fucking heavy.
This thing is just like...
I was plugging in my buddy's Xbox once for a LAN party, and I was he had a tiny little TV stand with a massive boob tube on top of it that barely fit.
Yeah.
And I was underneath the TV or the table trying to plug in behind it, and I bumped the table, dropped the TV onto my head,
Oof.
and his Xbox. All it did was crack the case
Yeah.
a little bit, but that thing is indestructible.
Yeah, I think it's massive.
And your skull.
Yeah, I might have been a little concussed. I was definitely fucked up after that.
Yeah.
Is this a special edition, by the way?
Yes.
Is this a Halo?
So I originally had 2 of the black Xboxes.
Yeah. That's the one I had, though.
One I bought, and one I asked the janitor, the high school janitor, to collect every Mountain Dew bottle cap after basketball games in high school. Ray and I were buddies. And so I was because I was trying to collect enough bottle caps to buy something from Mountain Dew.
That's right.
And he would, after the first game, he just gave me 40 bottle caps. So I only had to, after 7 games, I had enough to get an Xbox with 2 games on the Mountain Dew website.
That's crazy.
And I got Ray a $75 gift card to go get a steak with his wife. So fucking thanks, Ray.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But this, I think, is my brother's Xbox. It's the Halo Special Edition.
Yeah, no.
You bought an Xbox with a dystopian currency from Fallout?
With Mountain Dew bottle caps.
Dude, love that.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
That's a part of capitalism I like.
There was one time my buddy and I, 20s, we were collecting High Life barcodes or whatever, because if you get enough, you could get the light up, light or whatever for your place. And we saved up fucking so much, and then Eric forgot to enter them before they expired.
Oh, no.
I'm like, well, whatever. We still drank High Life. The breakaway cables. There's a port at the top of the controller. We can take a look here. Seamus Blackley says its resemblance to the Dreamcast is accidental. I say you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks exactly like what they had. Now,
I've never even seen a Dreamcast.
What?
A what?
a Dreamcast?
Yeah, how do you spell
Is
that?
there X's
Yeah.
before and after? Because I
No.
wouldn't have even looked at it. I only read words that begin with 3 X's.
Yeah.
It can hold an 8 megabyte solid state memory card, which you will never use.
No.
Unless you're bringing your game saves to a friend's house, which why?
Yeah.
At that point, you're taking your entire Xbox.
Yeah.
And one of the best things is making up new character names on your friend's Halos. I'm Titty Residue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Titty Residue?
Oh, that's Brad. That's B-Rad, sorry.
That's B Jizzle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Objectively, I feel like the idea, their hearts were in the right place. I get it. Now I think in hindsight, it's easy to say oh, that's just fucking useless.
But that's also where you plug in your headset.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, later they just use a regular, any port, a headphone port. That would
Yeah.
work.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
But then you figure that you're with your friends, right? So why do you need a headset?
But for Xbox Live, you needed a headset for Xbox Live.
You're right.
See, conveniently for me, I was with my friends playing, so I didn't need the headset, nor did I need a memory card because it wasn't mine. I just put Cheetos in here because I was a child.
Oh, you mean the Cheeto holder?
Yes. You could get at least 6 Flamin' Hot Cheetos standing upright like trees, and then you can be gaming, you just like...
Now
I need a Cheeto right now.
Now I just got the imagery of your Cheeto crusted hands.
No, you don't have to. You don't ever have to take your hand off the analog. You just put the controller to your mouth and just pull them out.
Man, my man is in higher society right now, actually.
And then Cody was like, "Who the fuck is getting Cheeto dust in my memory slot?"
Thank you, sir.
We have another beer here. This one's from Offset Beer in Park City, Utah. This brewery is fucking awesome.
Nice. I like the can. Very simple.
If you have a chance to go, this is a Silver Dagger New World Lager.
Cool. Yeah, no, I like that can a lot.
This was definitely our favorite brewery on the trip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like that.
And where'd you say it was?
Park City, Utah. Small little
Park
place.
City, Utah. Didn't something crazy happen there once?
They recently got the world record for the longest shot ski.
Oh,
It was like
nice.
3 or 4 blocks or something.
What?
But I looked. It's not one solid ski.
That's a farce.
That's a farce. You're such like an old man.
Yeah. Frauds.
Bollocks. That's all cattywampus.
Yeah.
Caddy.
Yes. The Duke was awarded Blunder of the Year by Game Informer 2001. The dashboard. You remember the dashboard?
Oh,
that
yeah.
like little green.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It'll sound better when I put the real audio in. But it runs a custom OS based on a heavily modded version of Windows 2000. Let me just write this down quick. Memory, you can manage game saves, music, play audio CDs, copy to hard disk drive, Xbox Live and settings. The release was partially hampered by 9/11.
Yep.
Gates could not travel to Guadalajara to help test units ahead of time because travel. And
Wow, what happened?
yeah. It was not an Xbox project, actually. It was a catastrophic, horrible terrorist attack. But that's another Raw Dogs episode down the line.
Never forget.
Never forget. $500 million marketing budget. It would release November 15th, 2011.
Again, nowadays, this seems cheap.
That's like as much as they put for marketing for, a Marvel film.
Yeah.
Not
how
the
much
new
you
ones,
gotta-
the old ones.
That's how much you have to pay Dwayne The Rock Johnson nowadays if you
To
want him
have
to
him
come
show
on
up anywhere.
Yeah, and read a teleprompter.
The Rock's a big fan of yours, Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rock. $299. Microsoft would lose about $125 for every system sold.
But that's the cost you pay to be the new console in
Yeah.
the video game market.
Yeah.
They were taking it in the butt so they could run later,
I think it paid off.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think it paid off.
And not only that, they arrived 3 days before the GameCube. Why? I guess they just and coming first. Coming before GameCube.
They showed up to GameCubes. They just show up to all of their press releases and boo.
Yeah.
It's The Rock. They send The Rock there.
Yeah, they just paid one guy to just be in the back.
Nobody cares about your candy ass.
Yeah.
What? Who's it? This guy?
Super Mario Sunshine? This sounds bad.
What's a flood, dude?
Yeah. Wow, dude. Garbage.
A special event was held on the prior night as the grand opening of the flagship store of Toys R Us in Times Square in New York City.
Toys R Us.
You know what there's not a lot of in
Toys R
Times
Us.
Square?
Toys R Us.
Kids.
Oh.
There's not a lot of kid foot traffic in Times Square. I've been there.
I guess, yeah.
You know what I did see? A grown man mostly naked playing a guitar.
It's New York, baby.
Yeah.
Culture.
Yeah.
He probably shops at Toys R Us now that I think about it.
Well, not anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
Online pre-orders sold out within 30 minutes. Launch was very successful with unit sales surpassing 1 million after just 3 weeks, 1.5 million by the end of 2001. We can start talking a little bit about the games now.
Yes.
So, launch games, if you have any Shrunk Feelings, jump in. 4x4 Evo 2, Air Force Delta Storm, Arctic Thunder, Cell Damage, Dark Summit, Dead or Alive 3.
This is the first one that I've even recognized.
Yeah.
You waited till Titty Physics the game.
I mean, I played this game at a very impressionable age.
It was those physics. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever read, the history of time or anything when they made that. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
There's a reason I played the original God of War, and we all know why I played the original God of War.
It's the reason that you had to replace your thumbsticks.
Yeah, and the X button.
You like that? So creative. Fusion Frenzy.
Oh, heard of that one?
Incidentally wound up playing this one a lot because there was a Fusion Frenzy demo on the Halo disc. So whenever people were waiting for the other Xboxes to get going, you could play like 3 of the Fusion Frenzy games. And some of the games were fine.
Yeah.
A little party game. Bill Gates said it was his favorite launch title, which I don't think matters at all.
What a nerd.
Mad Dash Racing. Madden NFL 2002.
There we go.
You played that one?
Yeah. I owned every Madden from 1997 till 2014, 15.
And then you decided you were done.
And then I was like, they're not doing anything special anymore.
That's what's happening. I'm the opposite. I'm a FIFA guy. I played every FIFA since FIFA 97. And I've been having the same issue.
Yeah.
After like 2015, I was just like...
I got 23. I like it a lot.
At some point,
FIFA?
Yeah.
At some point, the games aren't changing much.
No.
Well, and the biggest thing, we don't have to get into the whole thing about why I'm upset at FIFA.
There's not enough time.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the main thing that gamers have been saying for a minute. It's like, hey, career mode, please give it some substance. Please, we want career mode to be cool.
We've
And they're
introduced
like-
new card packs.
Yeah. And that is literally the answer. They're just like, yeah, for sure. But have you checked out Ultimate Team?
We know you want to reuse your card packs from the previous game.
You can't.
Welcome to the next game.
Yeah. And you're just like, oh, like, I'm gonna give you my money, but just like at least just work on the career mode. And they just don't. And it makes me upset.
You know what's last thing about FIFA that pisses me off? Melli is an Italian name. And that was in FIFA. And the commentator would say, Melli's on the breakaway. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's me. Now I have to be Mello because they don't have Melli. They took my fucking name out of FIFA.
Well,
Now, I don't know who I write about
Mello,
that.
what is the singular and Melly is the plural?
I guess so. But now I feel like I'm Carmelo Anthony because
Yeah.
they call me Mello.
Sorry, dude. They
Yeah,
call me Mellow Yellow Melly.
They call me Yellow Melly.
And now it's not even FIFA anymore. It's
What is it called?
Potawatomi Casino.
it's FC something.
Oh, yeah.
FC 2023.
Football Club
Yeah,
2024.
because they lost the FIFA rights. Enough about FIFA.
NASCAR Heat 2002,
Played this one.
and also NASCAR Thunder 2002.
Oh, that's the one.
We know that you like NASCAR games, 10 of you. What about 2 NASCAR games?
It had a really good career mode. Those early Heat games did.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could like put sponsors on your car, and then when you're playing your brothers, you can drive backwards on the track and just fucking smoke them and take them out of the race.
Well, I'm in last place after 2 laps. I am not racing anymore. Fuck you.
You could play like a 5-lap race, like a 15-lap race, or you could do like the actual race, which would be like 350 laps.
Jesus, dude.
One of my favorite stories is Tom, when he got the new flight simulator game. He was like, yeah, I did an 8-hour flight the other day. It was I just wanted to try it.
That's insane.
And you get up there and you just don't do anything for 8 hours.
You just like hang out.
But it's I guess it's a vibe maybe. If you're like put on a podcast and you're like hanging out.
I hear the same thing about like Euro Truck Simulator.
Now you're in Tyler's wheelhouse.
I've seen the McElroy brothers play that game. It looks like a vibe.
I want to get London Bus Simulator.
I love seeing the like on YouTube the guys who they basically make a rig in their office, right? So they have like the giant TVs, and then they get like the steering wheel that's like the actual like the semi one. And then like I'm like I was like I love that, like just committing to the bit 100%.
They pay a prostitute to wait outside of their house.
Dude, yeah, I mean that's
like a
immersion.
real- Yeah.
I got lawn mowing simulator, and found myself going to buy New Balances the next day. And I was just sitting in my room
Also,
wearing
New
them.
Balances are making a comeback if they have not already made a comeback.
They're still going to have the one traditional white and black that's covered in grass stains. Like
Absolutely.
almost out the box, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. They can come back. Just keep the
I
dad
bought a pair
sneaker.
when we bought our house. I bought a pair of white New Balances
Hell yeah.
just so I could get them grass stained.
And they smell like shit, and
Yep.
they sit on the stairs right by the front door.
Well, we use the back door, but yes.
Yes.
Yep.
NHL Hits 2002.
Another great game. A lot of sports games on launch. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, and those are the ones you just need those layups.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
people. That's the easy way to get people to play, right?
Because imagine you're a big NASCAR fan and one console has 2 NASCAR games on launch.
You're telling me I can drink Monster Play as Tony Stewart?
Is the Intimidator in there?
Yeah. They got Dale.
Too soon. Too soon.
Hey, Bobby, let me see that.
Well, this one's Project Governor. We're gonna kill Dale Earnhardt.
It's been great. I can drink and drive in my house now because all the Deweys
Yeah.
outside the house make it hard for me to race.
Finally, I can drink and drive. Xbox. Oddworld Munch's Odyssey.
I wanted to like Oddworld so much,
I wanted to too.
and it just never clicked for me.
Never played it.
It's like a strategy game,
Yeah. But
and
I thought it was going to be weirder.
it was just
Weird in a different way.
It just wasn't fun. I guess I just probably wanted like a platformer, and it was not that.
Oh, sure.
Project Gotham Racing.
Yes.
Franchise kicked
Fuck,
off
yeah.
right there,
Absolutely.
and that's still huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a banger.
Shrek.
Fuck. Yes.
And now, welcome to 2 hours of Shrek talk.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Shrek film.
Shut the fuck up.
Really?
I've been to Shrek Fest, but I've never seen a Shrek film.
I'm leaving.
Bye, Julian. Shrek Fest was a block and a half away. It was in Humboldt Park. And I've saw 20 people sweating through their green paint,
Yep.
eating raw onions. And it was the grossest thing I've ever seen.
Because ogres, I like onions.
We are ogres. Okay.
I was just in Austin for the Formula One race.
I thought you were going to say for Shrek
And,
Fest.
dude, I flew down to Austin for Shrek Fest. And the shuttles that we would take had like all the like TV screens in there. And my bit every time I got on there, I was like, dude, Shrek 2 on DVD, let's go.
Shrek was supposed to be a pretty bad video game, though.
Yeah.
Test Drive Off-Road Wide Open.
I played that one.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X. Now, everyone else was getting Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, and Xbox got like a soft, like enhanced version of Tony Hawk's
2?
Pro Skater 2. They thought the X would make it edgy enough, maybe, but
And once again, with the X's. Well, I guess now you're on the console, so you got it.
we put the X in sex.
Yeah.
Trans World Surf, and of course, Halo Combat Evolved.
Ooh, never heard of that one.
Yeah. It's a Bible game.
Yeah.
You play as a fucking robot savior named Master Chief. My nephew, when we asked him what his Halloween costume was, like, I'm the main character from Call of Duty or something. And then I saw a picture of him wearing a Master Chief outfit. Hashtag what's up, bro?
I'm Fortnite.
I'm Fortnite. So I was handing out candy at a friend's Halloween party. I'm like, oh, are you Roblox?
Yeah.
Look at this. We got a little Minecraft here, guys. I'm a creeper or whatever they are. I don't fucking know.
Creeper. Yeah, those are the ones that go boom.
That's in Minecraft, though, not
Yeah.
Roblox.
Oh, shit. Yep.
Xbox Live was a pretty big fucking deal.
Yeah, it was.
Online gaming was very unfamiliar and unproven on home consoles, like talking to women for most gamers at the time.
Hell yeah.
It makes me nervous and I sweat.
Same.
You heard of Halo? What are you doing this weekend? Me and 15 guys are going to get in a small room,
Yeah.
and we're going to play video games until 5 a.m. August 2002 was the beta test of Xbox Live. 100,000 applied, 10,000 gained 60 days of early access. You had to pay $50 for the starter kit, and it was an online-only demo of the RC car racer Revolt Live. The Dreamcast port didn't end up on the console, though. Weeks after, participants received MotoGP and whacked exclamation point demos.
Whacked?
What is that?
I didn't look it up.
Is the prequel to the terrible Sopranos game that came out right after this.
Do you want to know more about whacked, or do you want it to be that? No, I mean, the mystery might be better.
You're right.
Once you know what it is, it's going to be less interesting.
Yeah.
Launched November 15th, 2002, first birthday of the console. The starter kit was available in month forms of 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, or the year. Included online demos, the Xbox Live headset, and live discs, which you needed to start. 150,000 the first week and 200,000 more within 4 months. Send messages and create a unified friends list linked to your gamertag ID.
Nice.
EA had an agreement to only do online with Sony, and no one used that shit for the PS2. In 2004, an agreement was reached to bring online sports games with EA to the Xbox. Did y'all play a lot of Xbox Live?
I played a lot when I was at my buddy's house, and it became like I wanted to go over there just to play online.
Yeah. I mean, Halo, right? I mean, like quintessential. But
What was your gamer tag, if you want to share?
yeah, no, it's nothing funny, unfortunately. I was not a funny kid. I always wanted to be in special forces as a kid, right?
Okay.
I mean, I went to the army and all that jazz, blah, blah, blah. But it was Navy SEAL 94. Very creative.
So did they call you SEAL?
Nope.
Or Navy SEAL?
Yep, that was about it.
Okay.
Yep. And now, once I became an adult and I created my Steam profile, I actually got a funny gamer tag.
Okay.
That one's a casual ass play.
Nice. Casual ass play or casual ass play?
Casual ass play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that one's a hit. That was a hit with the gamers. And my gamer profile pic
Ass
is,
play, I need your help.
Yep, literally.
Yeah.
And it's Bill Clinton.
Very relevant today after the Elden Ring Game Awards.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The kid was talking about Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gamer tags. I still have my original one. I can see my entire history of Xbox Live if I go to my account online, which is kind of cool. At one point, you were able to get one free rename if you wanted to rename.
I just used it.
Yeah.
Yep. So I went from Navy SEAL 94 to Daddy DeVito.
That's a good one.
That's good.
I like that one.
Do people call you Daddy or DeVito? I don't. Yeah, I don't really use the voice anymore on Xbox.
I was about to
Live.
say I mostly play with my friends now, so it's not as much of it. And now I feel like also the multiplayer games they don't allow for because toxicity and all that.
Yeah.
They don't let you talk with the other team.
I'm sorry, but
It doesn't happen anymore.
those early online experiences, they shape you into the man that you are today.
Absolutely. And my thing is, and I know it sounds bad, but it's like the few games that allow that, and it is super toxic, but I'm like, oh man, this hits.
Oh man.
No one can offend me anymore.
Oh, absolutely not.
I was born in the most tumultuous, horrible time to be online, and I've heard it all. Kids these days, they need to hear that maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've made kids cry on Xbox and on more than one occasion. I was very good at it as a child and as a grown man.
Yeah.
They recently did a study, online gamers, for male gamers that played with females online. If the females, if they were as good or better than the females, they were really welcoming and kind. If they were worse than the females, horrible
I bet you.
assholes.
Oh, that makes so much. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I feel so bad for girls in gaming because they get it so bad.
They have an uphill battle.
It's like a
It is a 90 degree. It's a 180 degree pitch.
literally like, oh my god,
And
man.
voice communication off.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, but I remember hanging out with Tommy and Ryan at the time, and we were in their basement trying to get Xbox Live to work. And we're like, what's an IP address?
Why do
Go ask your dad. I'm not going to ask my dad what an IP
just
address
ask
is.
him to open the NAT?
He probably knows what the subnet mask is.
Yeah, duh.
And we're just like, try 7.
Put your telephone number in.
Just straight up little rascals. Try 8. And I remember the first time we got Unreal Championship to work and we were running around with other people on a map. I was like, Steve Brule, mind blown.
Oh yeah.
Never went back. And back then also, Halo 1, not online, which was a problem. But Halo 2, it was so great because you could I was Night Rune for my gamer tag, and you could take 3 friends online locally with you. So you could do 4v4, and with all 4 of you was in one room. And they don't do that anymore. They're like, no more couch co-op, you sons of bitches. We hate you.
That's another thing that's been, I think, kind of upsetting right? And even it's like my lady likes to play some games, right? So it's like, yeah, like let's play this thing together. But it's hard to find like a 2-player co-op for like local. It's just so annoying.
Yeah.
And I get it in a way, but like how much harder is it to just include it?
Meanwhile, Nintendo's like, we got you.
It's all we do.
Yeah, that's all we do. Yep. Timeline, November 2001, official Xbox magazine comes out. April 2002, the price got lowered to $199. Now, if you're doing the math at home, they're losing $225 a console.
And adjusting for inflation, that's probably around $500 now, right?
It's probably, it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what inflation's at, but it's very bad.
That's over 20 years ago. So yeah.
Yeah, it's probably around what consoles are now, $500 or so.
September 24th, 2002, Microsoft acquires Rare and doesn't do fucking anything with it, barely, making everyone upset. 2002, a banned TV advertisement for the Xbox launched in the UK. It's a pretty cool commercial. It depicted a mother giving birth to a boy, fired like a projectile out of her cooter. It flies through the air, and the baby turns into an old man as it's flying and lands in a grave. It's like, and it says, "Life is short, play more."
Hell yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
That is introspective.
Seriously, so many Chads in there.
We are too depressed from seeing this
the
commercial.
amount of Oakleys in there.
Oh my God, dude.
On the back of their head.
The fucking Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
So much Ed Hardy.
Absolutely.
Ed Hardy is the male version of Lisa Frank. If those two had a baby, it would be horrible. The worst kid ever. If you like Ed Hardy, whatever, I don't care. But yes, by 2003, the Xbox knocked the GameCube down to third place.
Wow.
In terms of market share, definitely not in terms of profitability.
Oh, got it.
February 2003, Xbox 360 began development. November 2003, the first paid DLC was released.
Crazy.
Which sounds crazy now. And back then it was crazy too. Just like, I can get another map for my game.
Yeah.
It was for Mech Assault. The fourth round of their DLC was a paid DLC for $5. You got 2 game types for multiplayer and 3 maps. Xbox Live Arcade launched May 12th, 2004. E3 announced it. It was announced that November 6th is when it launched that year. Software was available by ordering it on Microsoft's website, sent by mail on a disc that also contained a free version of Miss Pac-Man. The disc, though, was also distributed with special issues of the official Xbox magazine. I actually have one of those discs.
Nice.
And as part of the Forza console bundle, it launched with 6 titles. You could purchase titles with a credit card or download a trial version of the game.
This is a 360 you're talking about?
No, this is Xbox.
Oh, okay.
We're not going into 360.
Got it.
By July 2004, the system had sold 15.5 million units, 10.1 in North America, 3.9 in Europe, and 1.5 million in Asia. It did fucking bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they were really aggressive towards Japan.
The Japanese?
If somebody just like, fuck you, America, want to buy this?
Yeah.
I think a lot of us would be upset.
Yeah.
Although I might agree with them. 33% of the North American market share. In July 2004, Xbox Live had 1 million users, 200 pieces of DLC, more than 100 online enabled titles. And despite strong sales in North America, Microsoft never made a profit. Halo 2 was a pretty big deal.
Huge deal.
That game got delayed quite a bit, too.
That, I guess I don't remember. By the time I was playing it, I think it was pretty... I don't think... I didn't get it.
I got a few years on you.
Yeah, I didn't get it at launch.
I remember just...
Because I had to ask Mom.
Insane levels of anticipation for that game for me and my friends. We were just waiting forever for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halo 2, marketing was at insane levels. 7-Eleven Slurpee cups, TV commercials, print ads, and posters on public transportation, which was kind of unheard of.
We got Gamer Fuel now with Master Chief on it, or is that 3?
Gamer Fuel's coming back.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping they put some alcohol in it. Mountain Hard Dew Gamer Fuel.
Yeah, well, what year was Halo 2?
2004, November 9th.
So yeah, I had just gotten to the States in March.
Where'd you move from?
Argentina,
yeah.
Yeah. So I started playing the OG Xbox after that, right? So I didn't get it like launch or anything like that. I started playing probably like around 2005, 2006.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It generated $125 million in sales based on 2.5 million copies sold, with more than one-half pre-orders. It was the biggest entertainment launch in history at the time.
I played it on launch or the day after launch, beat it, stayed up all night with my buddy, and I didn't even have an Xbox. So like that's how important it was.
Yeah.
Like me as a PlayStation diehard was like, I gotta play Halo 2.
It's a big deal.
Mom, I have to go to Max's tonight.
Well, Pablo, my friend Pablo, a very white man, who chose the name Pablo in Spanish class, so everyone called him Pablo.
His name Paul.
Adam?
Oh.
Pablo. He got the French version of Halo 2 on a modded Xbox early.
So sick.
So he brought it over to my house, and we played through story mode start to finish.
In French?
Yeah.
So sick.
Oui.
We.
Très bien. I don't remember. I mean, the story didn't make any sense. Yeah. And a part I was like, this can't be the game. It doesn't look that. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, sure.
But that was also insane levels of expectations.
Yeah.
The multiplayer is where it hit, though.
Yeah.
There's been several internal revisions of the Xbox hardware due to discouraging modding and to cut manufacturing costs. As far as Xbox accessories go, there's not a ton. The controller S comes out because people have normal hands.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? A microphone for karaoke, a wireless network adapter, and of course, the Steel Battalion controller. Now, do you know Steel Battalion?
No.
Steel Battalion cost $200. It was a game that came with a 40-button controller with like 2 joysticks. There was an eject button. There was like, and they all did things in the game. It was a tank simulator.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, we saw it at MGC last time we were there. I didn't get to play it, but it looks gnarly.
It wouldn't make sense to play it really because it's got the craziest learning curve. You have to learn 40 buttons.
Yeah, that's kind of insane.
It's a LAN game though. You can do 16-player Steel Battalion games against each other.
That's crazy.
They do it at MGC every year.
It looks nuts.
44 input controller, buttons, 2 joysticks, throttle, radio channel dial, 5 switches, eject button, and
Is
3
it
foot
still
pedals.
a thing?
That's probably about, I think, $300 or $400 to get one now.
Huh.
They're sick.
Tax return season, maybe.
There we go. Yeah, man. I had it, and I never played it because I didn't fucking get it. I would like. I
Wait,
wasn't.
did you have the thing?
Yeah,
You had the whole 40 button thing?
yeah. And but it was first I had to bring a coffee table into my bedroom, which was not practical.
Do you have it?
No,
here?
I sold that online to buy like a 360 or something.
Sure.
Which was an okay thing. Everything else I sold, I regret. Yeah, and now
I'm probably like my fixations are just kicking in right now. I'm like, Steel Battalion.
now I have a thing called general game discussion on my outline.
Nice.
The floor is open.
Fable.
Oh my God. You telling me I can be a dickhead, get horns, and maybe have sex? Because I found a condom early in the game. And
Yeah.
then it's like Chekhov's condom. If I find it, I can use it.
But now you're playing, what is it? The new 3?
Baldur's Gate?
You're playing Baldur's Gate 3, getting like, you're just fucking vampire
5K
dudes
vampire
like
sex.
crazy.
Yep. I've just beat Cyberpunk.
So I haven't started Baldur's Gate yet because I'm in the middle of my semester.
You can fuck a lot of things in Baldur's
And
Gate.
I bought it, but I'm waiting. So like winter hits and I'm done with school for the semester, and I'm just gonna be like balls deep in it, literally balls.
So
deep
Fable might have been the first time you got laid.
Oh, absolutely.
Virtually, yeah, probably.
Well, virtually and
That
No.
I was
Grand Theft Auto
woohooing
3.
in The Sims.
okay.
A lot of woohooing.
Yeah. Which that was around 2004 when The Sims came out,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 3, I was banging hookers. So, yeah. So I can't say it was the first. Fable was great, though. I liked
dude.
the idea that, like, I could choose to be good or evil.
Yeah.
And, like, normally when I have the choice in a game, I always end up being the good guy. But in
Yeah.
Fable, I'm always the bad guy because
Yeah.
I want the horns.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
fucking get.
And it was
heavy
also
metal
like
with it.
it was kind of satirical. I feel like the way they did it, a lot of things too.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it only got more so as the series went on.
Yeah. Oh, like Fable 3.
Yeah.
That was like I think the pinnacle of the series. But
You've seen the trailer for the newest Fable, right?
no.
There's a new Fable.
Yeah.
The trailer's out.
Shut up.
It
Yeah.
features
I'm horny.
Richard Ayoade. and it's
There's
shot.
a new Fable coming.
It's shot like an Office skit where it's like him talking about his life, and then it's revealed that he's a giant and you're breaking into his place.
I love that.
Yeah, the trailer looks great. Fable is.
Is it a remake or just a new game?
I don't think they know yet. I think they just made a trailer.
They're like, just say Fable.
Coming,
just
coming
mention it.
in the 2020s.
Mention it, and a guy named Julian's gonna get so horny. So Fable was incredible. What else was up? Oh, dude, we used to play Conflict Desert Storm all the time.
Oh, I remember that one.
Dude, so the funniest thing is, I was just reminiscing about this with my friends, that we were kids, right? So 2005, 2006, right? I was in 6th grade, however old you are in 6th grade. And we were playing this game like Conflict Desert Storm, which is fun, right? And I actually kind of missed that style of game where it's like, it's the third-person shooter, right? You have like a team of like Navy SEALs or Rangers or whatever, like SOCOM, right? Also banger.
Yep.
And then you go like do missions. And I remember that we would play one mission and it would take us like 4 hours because we didn't know what we had to do.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh yeah, go destroy like the SAM sites. And we're like, what the fuck is a SAM site?
And it's before you had Google in your pocket to be like, what to do in
Yeah,
mission.
yeah. So after a while, you find out that these are just like giant missiles, and then you do it. It's like, oh, that would have been a 20-minute mission, but it took us 4 hours.
and also, you didn't have Google, but you did have GameFAQs.com.
True.
And you were hitting those message boards.
Oh yeah.
Yep. There's another podcast I listen to called Watch Out for Fireballs. Whenever they cover a game, I think it's Gary. He's always like, and I went to read some GameFAQs reviews of this game, and he finds like the worst, horrible reviews written by people who've never left their house.
Yeah.
It's great. There was one, I think it was Rainbow Six something or other on the Xbox, and you could do voice commands for your troops in game. So you were playing single player with the headset, and you could say open, frag, and clear, and the guys would listen to your commands, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Was that Vegas? I think that was Vegas.
I think it was Rainbow Six.
Yeah. I'm almost certain. Yeah, and it wasn't Vegas 2 because Vegas 2 I think was in the 360. But yeah, I do remember that. Also, those games. I mean, I really like Rainbow Six Siege. I've put in measly like 800 hours into it.
Rookie.
Measly 800. But yeah, those are also revolutionary games. I really, really like that.
Star Wars had a lot of great games.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Battlefront 1 and 2, forget about it. Battlefront 2, online, up to 32 players.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
And in that moment in time was insane, right?
And you could play as, Jedi or Sith, but mostly just felt like you're in a giant toy box with like a million soldiers running
It was
around.
so cool.
AI was horrible. Half the soldiers just like look at nothing and just stand there. I was crazy about the Battlefront games, and here's a game that I received as a birthday present and I never played because I didn't understand the concept of like a CRPG.
Cool.
And Star Wars, KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic.
That is one of those games, and there's multiple of these, but that's one of those that if I could erase my memories and see it fresh again, oh, what a fucking banger. Knights of the Old Republic is just quintessential Star Wars game.
Quintessential. And it's a big deal, and it was Xbox exclusive, I believe.
Yeah.
Just looking at some of these cases and seeing the only on Xbox, like little yellow stamp
Little
that's at the
stamp
top
on
of
it,
them.
yeah.
I remember when Max would get like a new game and I'd go over to his house and we'd be playing it and I'd be like, man, I really fucking like this game. And I'd grab the case to like look at it and I'd see that only on Xbox stamp. And I'm like, fuck. Mom, I need an Xbox. This is bullshit.
So bad. Another thing that I liked about the Xbox is that, and I think we brought it up already, like the little Chad machismo, but the Xbox always had like the grungy games.
It felt
right?
a little sexier.
Yeah, right. It always had like all the M-rated games are on the Xbox.
Conquer Live and Reloaded.
With the stamp only on Xbox.
Funnily enough, the Nintendo 64 version is the only version with the swear words not bleeped out, though.
Oh.
Yeah, he could say, like, eat shit in this Nintendo 64, but it's edited on here. Conquer Live and Reloaded was cool, but that's a franchise they could do something with, but they don't.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance.
Yep.
The best way to play Metal Gear Solid 2 is the substance, or this was on PS2 as well. This is my introduction to Metal Gear Solid, which I also haven't played any outside of Metal Gear Solid 2, Twin Snakes for the GameCube, or VR missions. I never played 3, 4, or 5, surprisingly.
Snake Eater and On are the only ones that I've played. And Snake Eater was like, the fuck? This is crazy.
I liked Phantom Pain.
I did too.
Yeah, I liked it.
That's the one with Kiefer Sutherland.
Yep.
Right? And
Yeah.
Troy Baker. Yeah.
David Hayter recently did a video for I think for Snake Eater, or for the new compilation pack.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid was excellent.
Jet Set Radio Future.
Yeah, I just had it in my hand.
Yep. It's part of this weird double thing.
It was a double pack. Yep.
Jet Set Radio Future taught me all about. I think it's called skank music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which it's just
Hell yeah.
it just feels weird in my mouth. You know?
It feels wrong to say.
But dude, that soundtrack is insane.
Yeah, it bangs.
It bangs hard.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like it.
Yeah, no, super cool game. My friend actually just emulated that game on his computer recently. He's been playing it lately.
What else there is? Ninja Gaiden was a big one. Elder Scrolls Morrowind. I didn't get into Elder Scrolls until Oblivion.
Sure.
But I saw some of my friends playing Morrowind before Halo.
I didn't get it. I just couldn't wrap my head around it.
Morrowind was not made to be approachable to people not familiar with like the genre.
Yeah.
Oblivion's like, all right, here's Sean Bean.
Yeah.
Calm down,
Let's
kids.
bring people in.
Yeah. Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2. Me, TK, and the DeFays, we'd play 4-player Phantasy Star all the time. And that was the first time that I was playing a game where loot would drop and everybody could grab it, but only one person could. So I remember always feeling weird, somebody grabbing.
Did you guys watch G4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In G4 they used to have the Splinter Cell Chaos Theory,
Okay.
and they had the Adventures of Bob and Steve, which my friends and I in 8th grade, we thought it was the funniest thing we've ever fucking seen in our lives. But then we'd play this together, and it was just, well, not this one, because Chaos Theory was the one that was supposed to be multiplayer, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I remember that.
Yeah. So you had like the two agents, right? Like the with the blue night vision and the red night vision, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I played a lot of that too. I love Splinter Cell.
Doom 3,
Doom 3 did not play that one, I don't think.
much slower than the other Doom games, which is
Yeah.
why it didn't work. But I guess the fact that they got it working on an Xbox was pretty insane because like the game hurt PCs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blinks was their attempt at a platformer. Brute Force, Jade Empire, Psychonauts. Yeah. And, tons of other great games, Unreal Championships. I played a lot of Rally Sport Challenge too, just because I could listen to my own music and I was just vibing.
Yeah.
Yep. I could just do little racing games forever. Let's go through the top 10 best-selling games on Xbox. Number 10, Counter-Strike, 1.5 million.
Dude. Funny enough, I've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike as of late.
That's
like a fuck ton.
I
Yeah.
haven't played Counter-Strike in a long time.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of it.
I've never
CSGO
played
2 or CS2 just dropped, technically. It's basically just just reskinned. And it's awesome. I'm so much fun. Actually, I'm going to leave here and go play some Counter-Strike.
Ninja Gaiden, number 9, with 1.5 million. Star Wars KOTOR, 1.58 million. Number 7, we have Dead or Alive 3 with 2 million. Number 6, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, 2.4 million. Number 5 was the double pack of Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City,
Nice.
2.49 million.
Vice City, I forgot about that game.
Oh, Vice City was so
Tommy
hype.
Vercetti, forgot
Tommy
about it.
Vercetti, come on.
Love
Oh,
Fist.
So good.
Flock of Seagulls started playing, and I would all of a sudden you just watched the TV because you knew that commercial was coming on.
I wasn't alive in the 80s more than like 88. And I had nostalgia for saying,
Yeah.
I love Flock of Seagulls.
Yeah, I was visiting my grandparents for like a month, and right before that game came out, or a couple weeks, it was a long trip, and they were just playing commercial after commercial of Vice City, and I was like, the moment I get home,
Just
to my
like
dad's
riding,
house,
they like riding boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played the fuck out of that game. It was so good.
yeah. As soon as I got back to my dad's house, I asked to go to Family Video, and he was like, "Yeah, why not?"
Yeah.
I think Grand Theft Auto 3 was lacking in a lot of personality.
It was, yeah.
just a gameplay fiesta, but
Yeah.
Vice City just like brought so much style.
Yeah,
to
I
it.
did. It was cool.
And you have Ray Liotta playing, you're like voicing your protagonist.
yeah,
That
which
was
is
crazy.
like so gangster.
So gangster. Number 4, Fable, with 3 million.
Nice.
Number 3 is Tyler's favorite game, Sneak King, the Burger King game,
Oh my God.
That's number 3?
with 3.2 million games sold.
Love it.
Well, a game is only like $2.50.
You're right. Hey,
true.
you're right.
I'll buy
You're
it.
right.
Can I have a few more quarters? I'm almost there.
Whopper.
Yeah.
Fucking hate that
Xbox. Number 2, Halo Combat Evolved with 5 million. And number 1, Halo 2 with 8.46 million.
Yeah.
The most rare and valuable Xbox games today. Number 3, we have Futurama.
I didn't even know they had a game for that.
Complete in box, $212. Brand new, $922 you could fetch. for
Holy shit.
Outrun 2006, complete in box, $336. Brand new, about $808. These are also like prices that someone bought them for. They could be different now.
Sure, yeah.
And Steel Battalion, complete in box, $410. And if you bought a brand new unopened box for Steel Battalion, about $1,000.
Okay, I'm getting the not brand new.
Don't get the complete in box either. Get just the disc and the controller. Just make sure the controller's in good shape.
Yeah.
The Xbox sold 24 million units worldwide, 16 in North America, much short of the predicted 50 million units that they would be expecting to sell. Huh. Yeah, less than half. PS2, the best-selling video game console of all time, 106 million sold. Nothing's come close.
Smoked their ass.
Nothing's come close.
Smoked their ass. Well, I think I had 2 PlayStation 2s.
I had 2.
Yeah. I was lousy with them.
Divorced parents.
I had an infestation. Yep.
What'd you just say?
I had an infestation. I was lousy with PS2s.
Oh.
They're just everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. GameCube had 21 million units sold, so the Xbox sold more, but the GameCube was more profitable because they didn't lose $225 every time they sold a console. Microsoft lost a total of $4 billion on the Xbox.
Wow.
But they bought a spot at the table.
Wow. I didn't realize it cost them that much.
And the 360 would come out and just start smoking fools.
True. Yeah, you're right.
The console was pretty much DOA in Japan.
Why?
Yeah.
What was the 2 middle fingers up in the sky every time that they talked about the Xbox? Was that not
D-Generation X just throwing suck at
That one
signs
time.
everywhere.
It was the one time Bill Gates did yellow face. It was
Yeah.
just like, no more.
All right. You
Got to draw the line.
We were fine with Project Nagasaki.
Yeah.
We were going to tolerate all the other ones, but Microsoft had 990 games released on the original Xbox. 61 playable OG Xbox games are now playable on the Series X. Cool. You can put those discs in. It doesn't play the disc. It will download an emulated version of the game. But increased resolution, HDR, and Dolby Atmos for those games.
Yeah.
Some include auto HDR and FPS boosts. Some games will go up to 120 frames per second for the OG Xbox.
Yeah.
So you can play your favorite old Xbox games, and they look way better than they used to if you have a Series X playing them.
Yeah.
It's
and we were
crazy.
saying with Brad, too, the upscaling actually looks really good.
That's cool.
Not on Xbox original, but I tested it with Fallout 3, and it looked really fucking good.
Damn.
And even, like Fallout 3 is known that it looked like shit, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, this is for an old game that looked like shit back in 2008.
Yeah.
I'm like, it actually looks kind of good in 2023. So,
And one of my favorite fun facts that I'm sure you haven't heard yet, maybe, Julian, the OG Xbox, the 360, the Xbox One, the Series X, all of them can local area network together. They can all LAN together. So I could take my 4 different consoles, all hook them up to the same router, and play the original Halo, and we can have a Halo party with all different consoles, and they work.
I did not know that.
Doesn't that blow your mind?
That's so cool.
Yep. They'll all LAN together if you're playing, but you have to go back to an OG Xbox game.
Sure.
But that's wild, man.
That's really cool. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. The death of the Xbox.
Yeah. I guess if it's just the same game, then I don't see why not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really a death, though, or is it more like a phoenix rising from the ashes?
It was 360 pushing its brother out of the spotlight and saying, go to bed. Yeah. It's
You've
okay.
had your time, old man.
Old man.
Yeah.
May 12th, 2005, the 360 was announced on MTV,
Hell yeah.
where all great things were done back in the day. The center of entertainment.
Yeah.
August 2005, NVIDIA ceased production of the Xbox's GPU. November 22nd, 2005, the 360 was released. March 2006, King of Fighters Neo Wave was the final game in Japan. June 2007, Shaolin Showdown was the final game in Europe. And August 2008, Madden NFL 2009 was the final game for the OG Xbox.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, 9.
March 2nd.
Yeah, that's pretty late.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Madden NFL 09 released August 08, but yeah.
But still, it's. I mean,
That's a long. That's well past the 360.
A 7-year reign, right?
Yep. March 2nd, 2009, support for out-of-warranty consoles were discontinued. April 15th, 2010, support for Xbox Live ceased. Oof. Xbox Live user N4SIR stayed logged into Halo 2's multiplayer mode and stayed there until May 10th. So made it almost a full month after they shut it down because he refused to go off. Very cool.
Hell yeah.
Very cool. We support you. And we have some thoughts from the Discord, and we'll just take turns reading some of these.
Judge Tempest said, after I played Halo multiplayer in a college dorm, I bought an Xbox, but not any old Xbox. I got the special translucent green edition Halo bundle, so it was around
Sorry,
Christmas.
dude. I still got it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It was around Christmas 2004 for me. I only played Halo and Halo 2 and played an inordinate amount of multiplayer for Halo 2 on Xbox Live. The LAN parties were amongst the greatest moments in gaming history for me. Thank you, Xbox. And if people buy an Xbox just for Starfield, believe me, I understand. Judge Tempest, I'm one of those people. I'm looking at getting an Xbox in about 2 weeks. Yeah.
The sexy Starfield Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, RV Gamer says, I spent the night out in front of a Best Buy with my high school buddies to get one. It was a day one for me. I remember LAN parties with them to play Halo and Halo 2. Remember loving Splinter Cell and Fable. Me too, dude. And my sweet little teenage mind could not get enough of Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
I wonder why.
I love volleyball.
Never got Xbox Live.
I love a pair of volleyballs.
I love that.
Ryan Christianick, LAN parties with Halo were life. We're seeing a pattern.
Yeah.
That's how I played Halo for the most part. Only played it multiplayer and never the story since I didn't have an Xbox. Got one near the end of 02, and the first game I bought was Halo. Favorite games, I'm sure everyone will agree, were Halo 1 and 2, and Fable was fantastic. But I want to touch on a few others. Ninja Gaiden, so beautiful, so smooth, so fucking hard. Somehow I beat it, no idea how. Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge. That's a game that a lot of people have big feelings for. How has that game never gotten a sequel? Still one of the best pilot games I've ever played. It's on Xbox Game Pass if you have that. KOTOR, not much needed to say. It's KOTOR.
Yep.
Jade Empire, Kung Fu, and then he says KOTOR again. Fusion Frenzy, that was our nightcap at parties when we were Haloed out.
Nice.
Sure. Didn't get Xbox Live until the 360.
Brian, I had the original Xbox and launch with XBL Gold, Xbox Live Gold. I figured it out in real time. Of course, everyone was playing Halo, but I also loved KOTOR and Silent Hill. Ooh, I forgot about Silent Hill.
Yeah, that's a nice callback.
That was also peak Tiger Woods game era. I remember getting my parents to play a ton of golf on Xbox. My dad still keeps one around just to play Tiger Woods.
Love that.
That's true. I remember going to like bars with like my dad and his friends for like big functions and shit, and they would have PlayStations and Xboxes set up in some of the bars in Beaver Dam and Waupun, and guys would bring their memory cards and plug their character in to play Tiger Woods at the bars.
Nice.
I had a number of friends. Their like dad wasn't a gamer at all, but they always had the new system in Tiger Woods. Like that's just that was the whole point of the console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That same dad that I said from earlier, who went to Afghanistan and came back with the original Xbox.
Yeah.
He was the one that he was the one that got us into like World of Warcraft and Halo and all that shit. He was the main guy. So, all right. Our friend Stoy says, loading up that hard drive with music tracks and playing racing games like Apex and Forza. Also, my friend and I are trying to get that topless mode on Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball that we found in the EGM April issue. It wasn't real.
Damn it.
I love that. The fact that we all remember that game for what it was, for its assets.
I remember
For its assets.
I remember the April EGMs and Game Pros always having like their fake codes, like bring Aerith back to life and topless mode. You gotta love it. Special thanks to executive producers Ryan Krisianik, Kipper, Brian Ward, Jordan Hoff, Phil Wright, Phil Cole Dogardno, Bryant Ross, Kelly Gutowski, Justin Melly, and Imagine Wagon 69420. We appreciate your support. And at the $10 tier, we give you the topless code for DOA 3.
Signing up right now.
You heard what happened with the Street Fighter competition recently, right?
No.
Somebody accidentally put their modded version of the game on screen at a competition, and Chun-Li was naked.
Dude.
And gamers around the world rejoiced.
Whoa!
And someone lost their job.
And someone got super fired.
But check out patreon.com/sharethe-dogcast. For as low as $3, get access to episodes way in advance, as well as exclusive episodes like this one. If you have any questions or thoughts about this, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us on Instagram at HotDogCast, or we're on Twitter and Facebook. Just look up Hair the Dogcast, and we'd love to hear from you.
Twitter, what's that?
We don't talk about it. We're also on Threads and Blue Sky. I haven't logged in though in over a month.
What's Blue Sky? Actually, that's an actual question.
Blue Sky, it was like, it's made from the original guy that created Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And you need an invite still.
Sure.
So it's like not swarming with bots.
Yeah.
But also it's just much smaller.
Yeah.
It's kind of refreshing, but it's not going to give you the serotonin you're looking for from getting a like.
Like scrolling and...
You'll get 3 likes and...
Well, that's like me with like everything, so...
Yeah. And one of them's my mom.
Yeah.
Every time.
My favorite Patreon supporter, Tyler's mom.
Yeah. Hi, Mom.
And make sure to check out the sponsor of the show, Magic Mind. Use code HDogcast20 at magicmind.com/HDogcast to get that discount. We recommend giving that a try. Thank you so much for joining us today, Julian.
Thank you for having me as well. Very, very excited to talk about Xbox.
Xbox is fun.
Yeah. It's a blast.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say. I fucking love this console.
Yeah.
That generation was just fire all the way across the board.
Yeah.
PS2, GameCube, Xbox. There's never been a generation that I more unequivocally love every console. I don't.
Dude, and I told you now that you showed me that you could put the discs into the Series X.
For like 61 games. Not
Yeah.
all of them, but like if it's a like Fable or
Like
a well-known
I mean,
title.
oh, yeah, no. And I told you, I said, now you just gave me something to do over the winter.
Yeah.
So, very excited for that.
And some of these games have aged well.
Yeah. Agreed.
Dead or Alive 3.
Physics.
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 It's a volleyball game, I guess.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Exactly.
Great.
With cool features.
There's no male-only version of that game, though, I have a feeling.
Oh, you mean like the characters being male only?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a little fucked up, I think.
They should have like...
No one's looking out for the
They
ladies.
should have like Dead or Alive men's baseball.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing thongs.
Moose knuckle. He threw a moose knuckle ball.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'd play that too.
Instead of bats, it's just their dicks.
The Schwartz. Great. Do you have anything else, Tyler?
No. I like Xbox. I never had one, but it was like going over to a friend's house to visit another friend that you could only get in touch with through that one other friend.
Yeah.
And it was like, I like him when he's around.
Yeah.
He's hard to get a hold of.
The number of friendships that I had in high school, strictly because of Halo parties.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with people 3 years older than me and 3 years younger than me, which is very weird.
I actually visited some friends in Virginia that I made friends with playing Halo 2. So that was really cool.
Great times. Fun fact, I have a tote of old controllers in the basement. I definitely didn't buy 7 Xbox controllers. If you're out there and you're missing an Xbox controller,
I have it.
I probably have that thing down there. I didn't even, people just leave them and I'm like, I'm not wanting these. It's not like I stole lighters on accident, but people just left them. The controllers, yeah, there was one point where
That's crazy. I'm so weirdly hoardish about my controllers. Like,
Yeah, me too. That's why I still have all of them.
yeah,
down
yeah.
there. I'm not going to use them, but well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.